Hi guys, it's Alexis the Oreo, and this video is about recovery and spirituality. So I post a lot about recovery on my blog and on my Instagram. Sorry about my dog, but honestly recovery is something that's very important to me, and it's heavily tied into spirituality. And I think in general, recovery of anything is tied into spirituality. I often notice in the spiritual community that there is a lacking of what is recovery, and why spirituality is such an important tool for people who are trying to recover from something. Now, whether this is having an abusive parent, whether this is drugs, anorexia, mental illness, there is a huge deficit of information and writing about it. You'll notice in the New Age or spiritual community that it tends to really focus on, just the gimmicks of it. And I feel like that is doing a dishonor of what spirituality is and can be for people. I see a lot of people just using cleansing and just, cleansing's good, but why is it good? Why is it important? I see a lot of people not really explaining how to use it correctly and why it's important to use it, just that they use it. There just seems to be a lack of understanding of that. I have a lot of people ask me all the time about all of these gimmicky things, about the crystals and stuff, and without putting the work in behind the crystals or behind the readings, you're not going to get anything out of it. My entire spiritual awakening was based around my recovery and my addiction. If I had not been an addict, if I had not had the issues I have, I would not be a spiritual person right now. I'd probably be an entirely different type of person right now, and that's kind of scary. When I was in college, I went for addiction counseling and clinical therapy, and we had a chapter discussing, what things might cause addiction, whether it be brain chemistry, whether it be societal pressures, whether it be environment. There is one chapter on something that really sparked something in me and actually caused me to drop out, which was the spiritual deficit in people that causes addiction and causes a lot of issues. Now, this is a controversial topic as to where religion and spirituality tie into addiction and issues. Though I think it's very important for someone who is going through recovery to look into spirituality. And I'm not talking about spirit animals, and that will be an entirely different video as to why I put that in quotations, chakras and stuff. That's just all gimmicks. You can't do that without understanding the principles of spirituality. I have had the pleasure of working with addicts when I was much younger. Due to, my addiction and recovery, they asked me to, do some peer groups. So one of the things that I think really works is practicing very core principles as the mindful behavior, as, working on mindset, working on gratitude, working on really focusing on where your problems stem from and where your emotional issues stem from, and working through releasing. If you are currently wondering what I am recovering from, I already said part of it is drug addiction. When I was very little, I got addicted to my, not little, but when I got younger, I got addicted to my prescription drugs, which happened to be Valium. And I am also recovering from anorexia. I know you're looking at me and like, you're pretty heavy, but that is part of recovery, is healing from it and moving forward from it. This is a very heavy topic for me, and I just feel like this is a very heavy topic for me, and I just feel like it's very serious to discuss it. A lot of people question it, but it does come from a sincere place when I talk about recovery and spirituality. And I know with NA and AA, those programs do base on some type of spirituality, and it saved lives. I have many people who talk about how it saved their life and how it changed their life, and I just think it's a very important thing to remember in your spiritual practice is what can you heal from and what can you recover from. I just wanted to put it out there, and I just wanted to let people know that it's really important to just forget about the gimmicky stuff, forget about people saying that, you know, it is important to be self-aware of who you are and what you're doing, and that there are ways to heal. Another thing with the whole spiritual community and recovery is I think it's very poisonous how the spiritual community says that anger, sadness, depression is your fault. It's not. And don't let anyone tell you it is. There are healthy and productive ways to express your emotions, to express your anger, your depression, and if you don't express these things, you're not going to be able to move forward. Spirituality is not about being happy 100%, but it's about trying to be happy. It's about trying to live a happier life. I don't know, if a spiritualist tries to tell you that they're happy 100% of the time, they're lying to you straight face. If they tell you that if they can make you happy all the time through aligning your chakras or finding your spirit animal, they're lying to you and they're scamming you. There is no way to be happy 100% of the time, but there is a way to productively move towards being happy more often. Do not let the spiritual community make you think that your mental illness is made up. It's real. That's true. Just work towards being more open and honest with yourself and understanding why. Trying to figure out why. The question why is so very important with spirituality and understanding. Spirituality can also teach you new perspectives on what you're going through, and also can give you solace in oneness. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry it's more of a heavier note, but I just feel like it's something very important, and I've been thinking about it heavily through the past couple months. I do want to talk more about recovery and do more with recovery, since it's something that's so important to me, and my spiritual practice is very centered around it. And if you ever have worked with me, if you ever want to work with me, that is my special. So I hope you guys have a beautiful day. I hope everything works out for you. I hope you are working towards a much happier, healthier life. If you like this video, like it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.